Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome into another Big Men on Campus NBA preview video. Today we're taking a look at the Monday NBA card getting going in about 30 minutes in the association. Got a game getting started right at 7:05, Minnesota and Detroit. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for joining me. Skee Profit was going to join us, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to make it. Skee will hopefully be back tomorrow, but we'll take you through, give you some of my thoughts. I'm waiting for Skee to send me over his picks and what he likes. We'll get after the card today. Hope you're having a great day. Got a good college card tonight. Got some NFL to take a look at. So Monday night, turn it into an okay night. So let's get after it. Let's see if we can find some bangers here in the NBA. I'm having a good season in the NBA. 15-5 on the season. Sorry, 15-6 on the season. What am I? Yeah, 15-6 on the season. 71%. Very happy with it. We'll continue to try to bang them out. New week, getting after it. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Say hello if you're out there on the chat box. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask them. We will go over every game here. We only have 6 games tonight, so shouldn't be too bad. All right, let's get after it. Pistons and Minnesota. This one gets us started here. Pistons currently are a 3.5-point favorite, total 223, and the public is backing the Pistons a lot tonight. A lot of public money coming in on the Pistons, and obviously, why not? Blake Griffin will play tonight. Question is, how much does Blake Griffin play? Look, there's no secret that the Pistons are a much better team with Blake in the lineup. You look at per 100 possessions, they're much better. Look, he's a great player. He's a top 20 player in the league. He's a guy that can create his own shot. He's a good defender. Everything he does is just better. You look at last year without Blake Griffin, team shot 48.8% effective field goal. With Blake Griffin, those numbers go up to 52%. The pace is a little bit better. Your offensive rating is significantly better. He's just a better player than everyone that they have, and he really helps them. The question is, though, who plays guard for the Pistons? Tim Frazier back tonight, but still, Derrick Rose, questionable. He may or may not go. But look, you look at the Pistons, they have been a really good offensive team to start the season, especially from a shooting percentage. You look at this season from 3, they're the best team in the NBA from 3. They're second in the league in shooting percentage. My thing is this just kind of a luck thing? Because, look, guys like Tony Snell and all these other guys are having these crazy nights shooting. But again, I feel like with Detroit right now, you just kind of ride it until the wheels fall off. You're getting a Minnesota team coming in tonight that is going to oblige you from a pace perspective. Minnesota, the fastest team in the NBA as far as possessions per game. We know they're going to fill it up offensively. And look, Towns is it's going to be a fun matchup tonight with Andre Drummond. With the ability of these two offenses, I'm not playing this game. I'd lean over. Obviously, I think right now it's a pretty good number, 225.5, 223. This should be a high-scoring game. I guess the only concern would be with points in this game is when will Detroit come back to earth from an offensive perspective? And maybe tonight, Blake Griffin only plays 15 minutes tonight. That could be the only concern. But from a defensive efficiency standpoint, Minnesota is not great. They're not a great defensive team. They're giving up a lot of points per game. So, I'm not running to back them. There should be points in this game. Both these teams, not the greatest defensive teams. I could see like a 117, 110, 117, 111 type of game, something like that. If I had to play this, I'd be looking at betting the over. Thanks for watching, all of you guys. Appreciate your comments. Where's Skee? I'm not going to answer that again. He's not here on Mondays going forward. He will not be here Mondays. You can ask him what he likes. I've not been able to get a hold of him, so he's not going to be here Mondays. That's something he made clear to me. Looks like Rose is going to play tonight, so I'm just seeing that here. Going to get a full Detroit lineup out there. Over looks pretty good in this game. We should see points. These two should oblige us from a points perspective. Dallas headed on the road to take on Boston. Boston laying 3 total. 220. No Gordon Hayward. He breaks his hand. And that is a huge loss. Gordon Hayward has had a very good season so far. He has been integral to Boston's offense. You look at on the season, Gordon Hayward, you're really doing a nice job. 19 points a game. He's shooting 56% from the field. He's grabbing 7 boards a game. This is a big loss. I mean, it's just that simple. With him out of the lineup, you look at Boston's effective field goal. Their effective field goal percentage goes down by over 9% a game without Gordon Hayward. That's a loss. That's a big time loss. And you're getting a team coming in tonight in Dallas that knows how to score the basketball. I know Boston's got a good offense and Cantor's back, but this is an offense that's very efficient in the half court. Porzingis and Doncic have been a terrific pairing. I think the big question with Dallas is, though, what's the right lineup? It's been kind of a wonky lineup so far this season, but they've been great as a dog. 3-0 this year, Dallas as a doggy. 4-0 against the number on the road. This number's going the wrong way. You got a lot of people still back in Boston. I don't think people quite understand. This is a good Dallas team. 116 points a game. They know how to fill it up. And I think the first game without Hayward is going to be a concerning one. For me, I would definitely look towards backing if I had to play it, I'd look towards backing Dallas here. Thanks for watching. Hamza, Comic Ricky, what's up? Russ B, Sam, Dennis, P. Perez, Rodney, Matthias. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, retweet the show on Twitter. I will give you a nice shout out if you do. By the way, somebody did win the contest last night on the NFL show. They'll get my plays for free for a month on my website. If you want college picks, you can find me, bmocwins.com. Plays begin November 18th. Dallas can't defend well enough for me to back them in this game. I just displayed how bad Boston's offense is without Gordon Hayward. Okay, I guess do what you want. Next one, Spurs and Grizzlies. This is likely to be a play for me. I'm just really liking this side, and I'm going to run with it. I like the Grizzlies tonight, getting 10.5 here. This seems like a couple too many points. This line is not moved. It's not budged. And the public is backing San Antonio. Why wouldn't they? They're at home. We know San Antonio is very good, but here's the problem. San Antonio 2-5 this year against the numbers, a favorite. They're 2-7 overall. John Morant back, Brandon Clark back, Tyus Jones. He had a great game over the weekend against his old team. We should get a good pace here. Both these teams like to go somewhat quick. I know the Spurs are more of a half-court team, but this is a Spurs team that's not been great defensively, 20th in the league in defensive efficiency. I think the front line of Crowder, Valanciunas, and Jaren Jackson can deal with LaMarcus Aldridge. And to be real frank with you, I don't think this Spurs team is really good enough to lay this kind of number. Kind of reminds me of last night's game with Atlanta and Portland. By the way, if you had Portland or Atlanta last night, that is a brutal beat. Should have covered that game easily. Game goes to overtime and you lose. But look, John Morant, he just makes this a good team. I mean, offensively, they're really good. Both these teams love fast break play, so it should be a fun game to watch. Both teams aren't going to screw around most of the time. But, yeah, for me, I like the Grizz here. I think it's a good spot for them. I know they got beat up over the weekend against Dallas, but for me, I don't I don't put a lot of stock into it just because of Morant being out and Clark being out. Ben Diaz, Tony Parker's jersey retirement is tonight. Why do I care about that? And why is that relevant to me? Come on, guys. Seriously. Seriously? Who gives a fuck? Who cares if Tony Parker's jersey is tonight? Why is that relevant at all to this game? At all. Come on, guys. You can't really think that means anything. Donnie and I, break balls about that all the time about how people put a lot of stock in emotion and like how they think that it matters. Listen, I'm going to tell you this from experience. Unless like someone in their family dies, or an owner, or like some set of like really connected guy, like emotion doesn't mean anything in this. Like, first of all, the thing is after the game. It's not during the game or before the game. It's after. And most of these guys don't even know Tony Parker. So, I mean, I guess you can use that if you want, but it's not information that I think is important. What about a mascot's death? Yeah, that's another good one. That's funny. Big man on campus hates Jimmy the Bag, but will never say why. I've talked candidly about why I don't like Jimmy the Bag. I don't know why he's relevant to our discussion here. Why are you trying to start stuff? Let him? He's doing his thing. I wish him the best. Why do we got to try to always start stuff? Some of you people are just fucking. They just look for drama. We're doing a show here. What are we talking about him for? If you want to go watch a show, go ahead. I'll not hold you back. I do my own thing. I'm very proud of what I'm doing. It's not germane to this discussion at all, and it doesn't mean anything. But yeah, I like Memphis here a lot. I'm very much liking it here. So yeah, we'll rock with that. Next one, Houston and the Pelicans. Houston land 6. Total is 246. This wasn't talked about much. I know some of the news outlets picked it up. Action Network, Barstool, a couple people picked it up. But I thought this was really interesting work by a Reddit user. Basically, a Reddit user tabulated stats over the last 4 seasons of James Harden. And he compared it to data from strip clubs in that city. Okay, so basically there's a rating guide for cities for strip clubs. Now, the top 5 strip clubs as far as league cities would be Miami, Chicago, Salt Lake, LA, New Orleans. The bottom 5 strip club cities would be Toronto, Cleveland, Charlotte, Minneapolis, Milwaukee. First things first, New Orleans is a top 5 strip club city. It's always kind of that city of sin in the South. Mardi Gras, kind of wild. Last night was Sunday, so he had a night off last night for Harden. It's been very much evident in his personal life. And this is why, like, Us Magazine and that kind of stuff is important. I've seen James Harden with multiple Instagram people. Like, he likes that curvy type figure. He's a strip club guy. It's been pretty evident. And it's pretty interesting that in the 5 best strip clubs in the country as far as cities, James Harden has significantly struggled in those cities. You look at subpar games, I mean, Salt Lake City, Miami, a lot of these places he has struggled with. It's not. It's true data. It's true info, and it's interesting. You have a team tonight in New Orleans that, look, I mean, you had a night off last night. Sunday, generally, pretty much a strip club industry night if you are in that world, as they say. Interesting game though here. 2 bad defenses, 2 horrific defenses. I'm not willing to think the Pelicans are 6 points worse than the Houston Rockets. Houston has some players for sure, Westbrook and Harden and those guys, but if this isn't a game, I don't believe you can exploit New Orleans' issue, which is the bigs. They don't have many. I wish Lonzo was playing. I'd be a little bit more interested, but yeah, I with some of the angles that I'm looking at, this seems like a couple too many points. It's a high-scoring game. I would imagine we see a close game, but New Orleans has shown in games this year they are particularly poor. So, you're taking strip club locations into account, but not a sold-out arena. No, I'm not saying anything. I'm talking about data. Ben Diaz is so salty that nobody cares about his Tony Parker angle. Listen, bro, nobody gives a fuck about it. Get over yourself. Go bother somebody else. I couldn't care about jersey retirements. Strip club stuff it's true. I mean, it's not. I'm not going off people's like you're giving me an opinion thing. You think that Memphis won't play well because of a jersey night. I'm giving you legitimate data on James Harden not playing well in cities with strip clubs in them. So again, you're talking about emotion and like possibility. I'm talking about hard facts and statistics that are backed up. So you're getting emotional over me not caring about your opinion with that because I don't care about jersey memorials. I don't like that doesn't mean anything to me. And it's after the game, dude. Like I'm gonna say that again. It's after the game. Like I'm just trying to give you like info that makes sense. Big man, you seem like a huge strip club guy. I'll be honest, I've never been to one. Ever. Never been to one. Never, ever, ever. So yeah, for me, the total in this game is 246. Do we actually just want to bet it? I mean, over? I mean, doesn't this just kind of seem like a 129, 125 type of game? So, guess we'll see. All right. Jazz and Golden State. Fascinating game here. Jazz are the best defensive team in the league. Golden State is the worst defensive team in the league. And I know Draymond's back, and I think a lot of people are going to buy into the Golden State just because he's back. D'Angelo may or may not play tonight. This has been a Golden State team that I think from a scoring perspective, some of their games are a little bit skewed. This team's still only shooting 43% from the field and 33% from three. So this has not been a good offensive team. It won't surprise me tonight if Golden State doesn't hit 100. I think Jazz locked them the fuck down. I think this is a blowout waiting to happen. Jazz look really solid tonight. This Golden State team has been very lucky from a scoring perspective. Mama Joma, I went once, and it's one of the dumbest concepts and worst times I've ever had. Yeah, I mean, you're basically admitting to the fact that you believe that girls are into you because you're giving them money and whatever. Here's how you're a boss. Let me tell you how you're a boss, right? You're a boss if you're with one of them broads that's like going and like taking money from dudes and you're like with them at home. Like that's how you're kind of a boss. But like if you're like going there and like spending money on chicks, you're just a fucking loser. Like no offense. Wrong. Golden State wins. Okay. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I'm not playing it. I'm just giving you my opinion, brother. But I will say I would lean towards Golden State's team total under. I think they have a lot of trouble scoring tonight. Clippers and Toronto don't have much in this game. No Ibaka or Lowry for the Toronto Raptors. I think Toronto defensively is overvalued. Most of their games have been against subpar opponents. I think defensively they're a little skewed. This could be a game where they struggle defensively. And without Ibaka or Lowry, I just don't have much on it. So there you go. For me, I like the Grizz tonight. That's definitely one I'd have my eye on. If I had to play every game, I would take Minnesota Pistons over 222. Celtics, I'd take the Mavs against the Celtics. I like the Grizzlies. I like the Pelicans. I like the Jazz, and I like the Clippers. But the only game I probably am going to play are the Grizzlies. So, yeah. By the way, 5-2 on our consensus plays with Skee. I haven't gotten a return from him, so I don't know what he likes tonight. What do I think about Dion Waiters? Ha ha ha. I think Dion's got some personal problems that he needs to fix. He's obviously trying to escape for some reason. Taking multiple edibles is not probably the way to do things. He had a panic attack. He got caught. I think Dion's still a little connected to the streets. Seems like it to me. I know a couple of years ago, Dion's brother was murdered in Philadelphia. I know I think he's a young guy. He's out there having fun. He's an NBA player. He's probably going out and doing what he wants to do. And he, took one too many edibles. He got caught. Definitely sucks for him. I hope he gets some help with it because, again, I know for a lot of normal people, smoking weed is normal and whatever, and you do it and you like it. But when you're an NBA player, you can't be doing that kind of stuff. So, especially during the season, I mean, you got to go out and be doing that in the off season or whatever. But again, I mean, you got a nice career. I hope he doesn't blow it. He's a pretty decent player. He's always been a solid swing man. You're living in Miami. You're getting a nice check. You're making a lot of money. So I think, hopefully he gets some help with obviously he's maybe got some personal issues that he's trying to get through and it's not working. What you're saying about Harden is spot on. Take it from a Vegas guy. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not saying it's spot on or not. I'm just giving you the info. Whether you choose to use it or not, I feel like I've been doing this long enough. I'm pretty decent at it, so I'm just trying to give you info. I don't think, in fact, I know this, jersey retirements, especially for a guy that's not even on the team, that doesn't mean anything at all. Like, first of all, it's after the game anyway. So, like, what do you like? Do people think like those guys just, oh my God, we've got to go win this game for Tony Parker? I mean, come on. It's just not true. Like, it just not happening. All right, I'll do 2 more minutes. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask them. I thank all of you for joining me and being loyal and checking out the show. I have just one play I'm going to rock with, and that's going to be the Grizzlies. All right, we got a special guest that's going to join the show right now. So sit back. I want to ask him a question. And we'll wait for him to join. So stand back and listen up, folks. Over under for the Dallas-Boston game. Lean under. Thoughts on Clippers over under? I don't have much in that game. Shout out to all the vets. Yeah, great call. Great point. Thank you, Abraham, for bringing that up. Shout out to all the veterans out there. Shout out to all the military people in service right now. You are bigger men and women than me. And I love the military. I'm infatuated with what those guys do and girls do. It's quite amazing. They're true patriots, and without them, I don't know what I would do. We don't know what we would do with our life. So you're great for those people. They're good people, and they, like you said, they're bigger men and women than I would be. So thank you for what you do. Are people overreacting to the Waiters overdose? I haven't heard anything in the past about him. Well, it's not the point. I mean, he's doing it during the season on a team plane. What do you mean overreacting? They're not overreacting. It's what they got to do. Thoughts on the Houston NO total? Yeah, I already went over it, guys. I went over every game, so feel free to listen in. I want to bring in Donnie Rightside right now.
Why? What?
I want to ask you something because I know you'll get a kick out of this.
I will.
We've got a development here where people are disgusted with my opinion on something, and I want to bring you on because I know you'll agree with
the
me
people.
Okay, so
Mhm.
the Spurs are playing the Grizzlies tonight, Donnie.
Okay.
Random game
All right.
in November.
Yeah.
Someone comes in and says, "Big man, the Spurs are retiring Tony Parker's
No.
jersey tonight, so you should care about that." And I basically told them how that's ridiculous. That doesn't mean anything. First of all, the jersey retirement's after the game. It's not during the game. Can you tell the people how that doesn't
Wait, it's
mean
after
anything?
the game? It's not halftime? It's not before the
It's
game?
after the game, yes.
Well, here now, see, because now today's developments, Jeff, as we like to talk about, emotional in sports, the most disconnected people with emotion are professional athletes. And, half of those guys are looking at Tony Parker like, this punk motherfucker over here made all this fucking money. I don't trust any about this. You know what? I don't care about this guy. They don't give a damn about Tony Parker coming to town tonight.
No, it's cool and all, but I don't think it matters. Like, that's all I'm saying.
No, there's no. So what are we saying? Let me hold on real quick. So we're gonna go Spurs tonight. All right. So we got about lines at 11, sitting at like 10.5. So theoretically, if it wasn't Tony Parker's night tonight, that line's 7.5. So the 3 points then is probably built in, because imagine if it's like, if they go back to like, they bring David Robinson back tonight and also bring back Tim Duncan for Tony Parker night. That's got to be like 7 points in the NBA, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I can't believe people actually, like, we had multiple people bringing this
Nobody's
up.
believing that.
No, they actually brought it up.
All right, ready? I'm going to bring one. Since the Seattle Seahawks are playing tonight, Jeff, I'm going to bring something up. Let's go back to 2006, Philadelphia Eagles. The single best player to probably ever don a uniform that's in the Hall of Fame passed away tragically, Reggie White.
Yeah.
If you remember this football game, huge night. Eagles still have playoff implications. It's late in the season in December. It's a snowy night. Seattle comes to town. Got to beat Seattle to make the playoffs. It's Reggie White retirement night. After he passed away, his wife is there, his daughter there, his kids there. They were down damn near 4 touchdowns at the half, and the place emptied out, and the Eagles got waxed on Reggie White.
I mean, I remember a couple years ago, the Yankees honored Derek Jeter. They gave up 7 runs in the first inning.
Remember that one?
Yeah. Tanaka gives a fuck about Derek Jeter?
Yeah.
Like, look, if somebody dies, like if an owner dies or like Cassius Winston, they're going to rally around him. I get that. I totally get that.
But, Jeff, do you remember when the pitcher died for Miami and D. Gordon hit a home run? He never hit one. You can't say it doesn't mean that much.
That's someone dying. This is like a random player getting his jersey retired. And then, Donnie, I followed it up, and people got vilified me because they said, I don't care about emotion, yet I care about some. Now, keep in mind, these are statistics and facts, Donnie, backing up that when James Harden plays in good strip club cities, he's not good. It's fact.
Yeah.
And I pointed out that New Orleans is a top 5 strip club city, and that last night he had a night off in a good strip club city. So I'm basically saying that I don't think James Harden's going to be effective tonight as he normally is.
That's something that would affect the player who's going out at night. No, I guarantee you this. The Spurs weren't popping bottles till 6 a.m. getting ready for Tony Parker night tonight.
I mean, I was interesting how many people actually mentioned it. Like 3 or 4 different people mentioned it on the chat. And I knew you would get a kick out of this because we've talked about this before, and some of these emotion things that are so like, they're not connected to the game at all. People think they mean something. No,
and I don't know if you're not, maybe like if I was like, back in the day, I'm in my early 20s, I'm just that square gambler, likes to have fun and be like, Jeff, there's no way the Eagles lose tonight. The crowd's going to be so fired up. And then when you remember, like, I didn't actually play for the Eagles that night, it's like, you know what? That didn't make too much sense, did it?
No.
Yeah.
Look, I've been to that stadium in San Antonio. Those fans are going to be there regardless.
Jeff, you're good with writing stuff down. Preston Ketchum says, anybody have a stat on NBA jersey retirement games with home teams favored by more than 10 the last 5 years? If you had any, because I know you like to look up the most inane stats, especially in college basketball, that would be amazing. Well, if there was like, even if it's like a 2-game, it had like a 2-game like back, you actually, take it back to Yankees just won, and we can go with another and be like, dude.
But Donnie, I'm only working in fact. I'm taking the numbers and I'm looking them up. Yeah. Now I'll look that up. I guarantee you, Donnie, it has no bearing on anything.
But Jeff, what happens? Let's play devil's advocate though. What happens if like there's a couple video montages during the game? Tony's there, he's getting standing ovations, and the crowd is chanting like,
They don't even
do it
watch
for
that.
Tony, do it for Tony, do it for Tony. Does that give maybe a point or two?
No. No. But yeah, but for the record, I like the Grizzlies tonight. They're my favorite play tonight. So
where's Skee? Skee got to jump off a little bit early.
Skee doesn't come on Mondays.
Oh, he doesn't. Monday night.
Yeah,
why? Monday a late night in the NBA usually?
No, he's just I think he works late. He's on West Coast, so it's a little different.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, Popovich getting the guys fired up. Yeah, guys that weren't even born when Tony Parker was playing, right?
Like are they all wearing the number 3 tonight with Parker on the back? Like is that allowed?
Patches on their jersey.
Patches, everything. Like Eva Longoria is going to show up. It's going to be popping.
They're also all going to wear French berets.
True. Yes. Yeah. French flag. National anthem before the game. French national anthem too.
The team meal is croquets and French fries with escargot.
Now I got it. Now you know it's going to be the best part of the show, Jeff. Tomorrow when you come back on and do the NBA show, when the Spurs roll tonight, people are like, Jeff, you stupid. Told you.
That's the point. It has no bearing. So even if they do roll, it doesn't have any bearing on whether they roll or not.
Here's what you have to hope for, Jeff. You're going to have a good show tomorrow. Hope that the Spurs get buried tonight, and it proves your point. But if the Spurs bury this team, it's going to be people wait. Like, how we do shows? It's like, oh, my God, there's like 40 people already waiting. We didn't even go live yet. There might be 40 people waiting tomorrow, Jeff, if the Spurs bury them tonight.
But this is the point. It doesn't matter. So if they do win by 20, it's just as they played better.
Like Brent Barry might come back. I mean, they might get everybody back together. Sean Elliott.
Big shot Bob Ori. He's playing.
Good Lord, man. Yeah.
But yeah, it's good convo either way.
That's it.
All right, Donnie, thanks for joining us. Do you have any NBA picks tonight?
You know what? Hold on, let me give you one real quick.
Blake Griffin back for Detroit.
Let's see what we got here. We got some line movement in Minnesota. Utah, let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know where I'm going.
You have to admit the Spurs are getting a lot of public action and lines went down.
That is true. I'm looking at a line right now, Jeff, kind of fishy. Opened up double digits. Now sitting at like 8, 7.5. Golden State Warriors, baby. Warriors tonight.
Yeah, I actually pointed that out, Donnie. You know who the best defensive team in the league is?
Who is that?
Utah.
Really?
The worst defensive team is Golden State. Mm-hmm. Now, Draymond Green's back tonight. Here's my issue with the Warriors, though. This team can't shoot, and I think they've been a little lucky. I think they get knocked down here. I like their team total under tonight, but yeah, I get it. I'm not betting.
All right, this will be called the Donnie Wright side. I've watched 15 minutes total of NBA basketball this year. We're going with the Golden State Warriors.
Outside of the obvious names, can you name one Warrior player?
I mean, just like we did this already, and I still don't remember even like who. I mean, I know the mainstays, but if you're like asking me outside of Paschal, who came from Villanova, I don't know like who's their center, like you know what I mean? Who's their power forward? I don't know. I have no idea.
So you don't know Pascal? No.
I know him. Yeah, that's just, and the only time I know that is because last week they had a win and like he was knocking down threes and like, who's this guy? I'm like, the guy can play for Villanova.
Jordan Poole?
No, see, I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known he played on the team. No.
Do you know where Jordan Poole played college?
I want to say Michigan.
You're right.
Yes.
Good call. All right. Willie Cauley-Stein, Donnie. He plays for the Warriors.
And he played for what? Kentucky, right?
And he went to the Kings, and now he's there. And Draymond is back tonight, by the way. From what
that might be a detriment. So,
but D'Angelo Russell is questionable. So
see, that hurts. But no, I'm going with the line movement. I'm going with the line movement.
I took the Warriors Friday night, and he was the only reason we covered because he had like 55 points. Yep. All right, we're out of here. Donnie, thanks for jumping on.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate that. We'll be back on right side of campus tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. Thanks, all of you. Have a great night. I'm going with the Grizzlies tonight. Have a good night. Bye-bye.